I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. It's been a minute.
It's been a while.
What's up, guys? I'm Kyle the Worst, and with me, as always, is
Moon.
and you're watching The Worst Show. We're doing one of these one solo episodes.
Yeah. No.
I always fuck this part up. Anyways,
That's what it doesn't fucking matter.
yeah, it's been a minute. It's good to see you guys. Hope you're having a happy new year. We want to talk about some vulnerability stuff like we do whenever it's just us two. I don't know about you, but I've really been struggling lately with trying to help others before I help myself.
Yeah. You've always struggled with that, though.
Yeah,
So that's nothing new.
yeah, it's just like what
But I feel like you're finally realizing that it's like not the move.
it's really not. Like, I think that if I can help others enough, that it'll just like I'll come back to my problems,
Yeah.
and my problems will like already have the answers to them.
No.
And
You're
in
just kinda
reality,
postponing it.
yeah, and like starting to realize that it's like these crutches of like nicotine, like vaping. I quit vaping, but yeah, whatever. It's short lived, but like things like that. I feel like I was only doing those things because my nerves were so high from the amount of like not toxic energy I was taking on from other people, but like I was taking on people's problems, trying to fix those and not knowing how to fix my own, so I would just take this like drug to kind of suppress my
Yeah.
need to fix it.
That's what most people do, though.
Yeah, it's
It's a
wild.
lot easier to kind of just like run from your problems than face them head on.
Yeah, but I feel great.
Yeah.
My house is clean.
Yeah.
I actually, you're gonna be proud about this. I put timing limits on my social media apps.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, it's like, ever since I started trying to take care of myself more, like get rid of these addictions and stuff. Like I replaced it with other things. It left more time
More
for
productive things.
Yeah,
Things that.
well, because I found
yeah.
productive things to do. It's like, how do I stop thinking about this addiction?
Yeah.
I realize, like if I'm doing something else, it could be a non-productive thing or progressive. It could be another bad habit, but I'm aware of like you can't just replace one bad habit with another bad habit.
Yeah.
It cancels out the good.
Yeah.
So like finding good in cleaning, like taking care of things, making sure my laundry's always put up. Like these things,
The little things, but
the little things add up. It's compound interest. The Atomic Habits book is one thing that I really want to like give this to. There's somebody else that like Ethan from Mind Right Wellness. We were talking about nicotine and all that, and he was just like, you'll never be able to like get out of like these real progressive things. You'll never be able to start being progressive until you get rid of the bad things. And to me, I like took it serious,
yeah.
and now I feel great.
But it's crazy. What do you think? I want to ask you, like, what do you think made you finally like get to this point? Like, what made you finally realize that? Because it's like, it's not like what he said is anything that you haven't heard before.
Right.
Like, this time it resonated with you for some reason.
I think I'm not going to give it a New Year's resolution because
Yeah.
I don't do those. More than anything, it was just like I added up things like how much it costs, how it made me feel when I woke up in the morning, like the shortness of breath,
Yeah.
and then the acceptance of like I only do this habit because it's just a part of the other bad habits that I do. Like when I watch TV,
Yeah.
whenever I'm on social media, the thing that I would do I would replace it, or like if I got bored watching TV, I would hit the reset button, which was hitting a vape, and it would just make it okay. Like, okay, now I can get back to watching TV and shit like that. And so for me, it was like realizing that it was just the crutch for me to like keep doing all these other bad habits.
Yeah.
It really hit. And then I started like seeing not instant gratification, but like, how do I beat this addiction? Oh, I'll clean my room. I'll clean the living room. I'll clean the kitchen.
Something to take your mind off of it.
You see like all these good things that came out of not doing it, and you're like, well, fuck, why would I want to do it anymore?
Yeah.
It replaced the habit completely. It's wild.
Just crazy.
Yeah. How you been lately?
I've been better. Just like I go through like these periods like every few months where it's like my mental health just like kind of starts to spiral. And
Yeah.
I've been in this one for a little bit now. Like normally like it kind of hits like my like depression and like anxiety, and like those kind of skyrocket for a while. And then I just any time like this goes on, I just started like kind of shut down and like really stay to myself.
Yeah.
And like I have to dig myself out, and I dig myself out by doing the things that I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
It's like I'll play video games, I'll watch YouTube, I'll edit,
The things that
go to
don't
the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like this time around, it's really hit like my, I guess like my paranoia,
Really?
my paranoia and like trust issues. Cause it's like, I don't know, it's never like hit like this deep or like that part of me before. So it's like I haven't. It's different than when it hits like my depression and anxiety. So it's like I almost had to figure out how to like navigate it, or like what to do to like really, I guess, center
Understand
myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it's been kind of rough. I've been taking it out on like a lot of people around me, my girlfriend,
Yeah.
friends.
I mean, we were just talking about this the other day whenever we had lunch, and like, I haven't seen you. We haven't
Yeah.
really seen each other
Yeah.
in a minute.
Yeah.
And I was like over here, I was kind of like blaming myself for it because I wasn't going out of the way to try to like go get lunch or anything
Yeah.
or like hang out. But it was like, I never like contributed that to like you're having issues.
Yeah.
I blamed myself for
It's also, I'm like aware of this, but like it's kind of like the way I carry myself.
Yeah.
Like whenever I am around people, like I don't make it seem like I am like going through anything.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Because nobody,
Yeah.
I mean, who wants to be that person where it's like, oh, Terrence is showing up and he's
Yeah.
depressed. It's about to be a down time. Like,
Yeah.
nah, nobody wants to be that person. So I can understand we got to put on like the mask,
Yeah.
so to speak. And at some point, you got to get tired of wearing a mask. So you kind of
Yeah.
like shut down,
Yeah,
go home.
That's how it was a long time ago. Whenever I first like started to experience like the depression and the anxiety and stuff like that, and just I'd been experiencing it for a while, but like I guess putting on a mask for so long, you're just kind of you're not fixing anything,
Yeah.
and like that shit just starts to build up, and it built up to the point where I just couldn't handle it anymore
Yeah.
on my own. So I
Well,
had to start reaching out to people and like finding things instead of like people, because like I used to have like this really bad like codependency issue, and like I
Yeah.
would like depend on people for like
and
my
now you're
happiness.
super independent.
Yeah. Now it's almost, my girlfriend says I have a hyper independence issue.
Yeah.
Which is like
It's
not,
like you went one way, but the pendulum swings
Yeah.
in a dramatic fashion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Until it settles down. And that's like you finding that middle path of how to deal with the highs and the lows
Yeah.
and shit like that.
Yeah.
Which
That's I feel like that's what life is though.
it really is. It's just
It's
navigating.
just this big game.
It's my
big
favorite
game.
game to play, even though it sucks sometimes. But
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. And I
You
think
just
of
gotta
it
figure
as
it
a
out.
fucking game too.
It's the fun part too. It's like it's definitely like how you perceive things, and like I guess like how your mentality towards it. Because like yeah, life sucks sometimes, but like it'll always get better.
Yeah.
And like
Well-
if you look at it like that, then
Well, fuck, dude. If you look at it, and hear me out. If you look at it like a game, what game is any fun if it's just easy to breeze through?
yeah,
Like,
it's fun
yeah.
going through the challenges. You learn, you grow through what you go
yeah,
through.
exactly. And that's the whole point of like these down parts of your life.
Yeah.
Because people can take it. Like I picked somebody up today.
Mhm.
They wrecked their car this morning. Not super close with them. Don't really know them, but they called me. They
Mhm.
asked me if I could pick them up and give them a ride to their house, and I was like, "Yeah, I got you. Like it was right after the gym, right in between, like
Yeah.
me going to the gym and me
There's no
going home.
excuse not to.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, yeah, I'll help this person. And like it's always interesting to hear how people take bad news.
Yeah.
How they take bad situations in their life. And I'm the worst person to be around if you want to perceive it as bad.
Yeah.
Because it was like, yeah, I got all these things, and this is just another thing to add on to the stress. And I was like, well, you don't know if it's bad. Like,
Yeah.
tomorrow, you could have, if you didn't wreck today, what if you were in a wreck tomorrow that killed you?
Yeah.
Or killed a family of 5 in a fucking minivan? Like,
Yeah.
you don't know if it's good or bad. You decide if it's good or bad right now to fill the meaning of what it is. And most people, unfortunately, they drive towards things that happen to them are bad. But it's like that story where it's like the dude with the farm lost the horse. He was like, oh, this is terrible. And then his dad was like, I don't know if it is.
Oh, I do know what
And
you're talking
it
about.
comes back with 20 horses. And he's
Yeah.
like, oh, we're horse farmers now. We're
Yeah.
going to be rich.
I know what you're talking
Trying to
about.
break a horse. The horse breaks his leg. And he's like, oh, this is terrible. And his dad's like, well, I don't know if it is. Next thing you know, fucking warrior tribe and their whatever comes over. And they're like, we're going to go fight the other people. And there's like, you can't. I got a broken leg. He's like, this is great. He's like, I don't know if it is. You don't know what situations are good or bad.
Yeah.
It's you get to decide, but at the end of the day, you shouldn't hold on to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I told him that story actually, and he was like, "Well,
But it probably didn't resonate with him at that moment.
yeah." In that moment, it's
You're
not
just,
going
it's
to.
in one ear and out the other. It's like
But-
I always say this, but like, especially like to like my younger friends. I'm 28, and like I have a lot of younger friends that are like 24 and like younger,
Yeah,
and they're always like they're so excited to like go out and party and do these things, and I'm just like, you're just not there yet.
yeah.
You're just not there yet. You don't really like appreciate like how nice it is to like just be alone or like be at
Yeah.
home with like your girlfriend and doing nothing on the weekends and or
Yeah.
like working towards something. It's like you're just not there yet.
Do you remember like did you used to go out?
Mm-hmm.
You enjoyed it?
For a very short period, because I've never been like the partier type.
Yeah.
I've always been like the alone to myself, just want to play video games. I've always been a
Right.
loner.
Yeah. Okay.
But like I did have a period where I did go out like every weekend for like a couple of months.
And you had fun.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll never, like, I don't remember the exact day or moment it was, but I do remember there was a period where I was out. It was within the last, like, 3 years, and I'm 30. So it was, like, when I was, like, 27 or 26, and I'm just out at the bar, and I'm like, what the fuck am I even, like, why am I here? What am I celebrating? What did I do to even deserve to be here right now? And that was when like that switch flipped for me and I stopped going out as much, started working and started putting my like best foot forward to making my life worth something in the future. Not just for me, but for all the people around me. Like I want to be successful not just for my family, but for you.
Yeah.
I want to be successful so that like you can do anything you want for your mom. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that's what like I wake up for in the morning.
Yeah.
And I realized going and just fucking partying my ass off, waking up hungover every single
It's not gonna get you to where you want to be.
it would never.
Yeah.
And at what point do you like sit
You're just running in circles.
yeah. And how many people like why would you run in circles? Eventually you just dig a hole.
Yeah.
Like, and then you're
You're
stuck.
not gonna make it anywhere.
And that's, yeah.
And it's like even you being that person, you probably don't realize, but like you could be like the inspiration for somebody who's like younger than you and like is going through the same thing, but like they don't know how to get out of it. They don't
Yeah.
have any, especially if you don't have anybody around you that is like trying to do more.
Right.
If you have a bunch of friends that just like to go out and party and drink every weekend, but you deep down you want to be like pursuing something.
Yeah. And
You're not going to, because
Right.
you're surrounded by people that are like
Yeah.
just going out and partying every weekend.
What is it? You're the sum of like the people. You are the summary of everything you surround
Yeah.
yourself with. But it's like the top 5 people, where they're at in life. You're gonna be the summary of that total.
Oh, dude, this quote, I forgot who it was, an
Yoda?
older guy, but his best quote is, "Show me your friends and I'll show you your future."
Mm.
And that shit always sticks with me.
Bro, I've been
show me your
screaming.
friends, and I'll show you your future.
Oh, what did I say today? I've been screaming in my house at Caleb all day today, to the point where he was like, "We might have to take you to a psych ward, bro." But I was screaming, "Do the work, get the results. Do the work, get the results."
Yeah.
All day, because I had to remind myself, like, I have to do the fucking work.
Yeah.
I can't expect other people to do the work for me. It would be nice,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, like, it's up to me.
Yeah.
It really is up to
You got to
me.
get yourself to where you want to be.
Yeah,
If you have people around you that are like willing to help you get there, then like, yeah, great.
yeah.
It's awesome.
Absolutely.
It's amazing, but you can't expect them to.
And that's where it's like trials and tribulations of like having enough work to where I know I could handle all of
Yeah.
it. It would just take a lot of extra effort.
Yeah.
And then I was even thinking about I just downloaded this project thing, and this going completely different direction, but it's like where we can create tasks for each project that we
Yeah.
have for the worst team. And all I'm gonna do is like ghost, music video, behind the scenes, photo shoots, and like there'll be stuff for people to do. And if you guys want to do them,
Yeah.
you can pick them. If you don't, you don't have to.
Yeah.
But letting you decide what you want to do, seeing what you gear towards, and then like that becoming the thing. So as we grow as a team, seeing who's volunteering for what and what they're the most consistent with volunteering with will find their place
Yeah.
and position. And I think that's like the next move for where I'm at.
Yeah. This is also like kind of off topic, but I just had like my review at work.
Yeah.
And like before I left the review, I really suggested to like my bosses that they take the DISC assessment.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like learning, I guess, your personality and
Yeah.
like where you land on the chart.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm a DI, which is like a dominant inspiring. So like
Yeah.
that's how knowing like what the people you're working with are, like where they lay on the chart, really
Yeah.
helps you to like be able to communicate with them
yeah.
and like know where your strengths are and where their
Yeah.
weaknesses are and like how to pair people. And I think
Yes.
that stuff is really cool.
Yeah, I think I've taken that test, and I was like the inspiring adventurer,
Yeah.
or something like that. So I was like, yeah, it seems about right.
Yeah. I always thought that stuff was really interesting, but I thought it was really corny until I actually did it.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh damn,
Like, wow, this is actually super
makes
helpful.
sense. And what I can't remember what'd you say it was? What's it called?
The DISC assessment, DISC. On this one, it's only a DISC, which is dominant. I is inspiring, S is supportive, and C is cautious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's dope.
There's multiple different versions, but
Yeah.
that stuff was always really interesting to me, and it always helped me to communicate with my team whenever I was at my old job.
Right. I love it.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's nice to be doing this. It's been a while.
Yeah, we've been out of it. If
Yeah.
anybody actually like, there's people who actually like watch these podcasts, and we appreciate you guys a lot. We have been slacking.
Yeah,
I know
big time.
we preach about consistency and all this shit, but this just shows that there are ups and downs.
Yeah.
And we've been
Cool.
stringing out content, not because we don't have it, because it's just taken us forever to edit,
Yeah.
upload, and get everything down.
On top of
with-
the stuff that we already do.
yeah, with the expansion of what we're doing with like artists and doing this whole having basically a content label with artists and providing music videos and content for them every single month. It's been a big change. We've got four artists now on it. So it's like
It's awesome.
you'll be seeing a lot more content on that side, but on the other side of things, we're going to try to be as consistent as possible with this. I
Yeah.
think it's just figuring it out. You know what I really liked that we did? The very first episode, we filmed our episode number 1
Yeah,
and
and
number
two.
2.
With
And I think
Rob.
if we could like figure out a way to start doing 2 a days like that, doing that like
Well, we have the studio
yeah,
for hours, and we're only doing 30 minutes. So if we just
exactly. We could pop them out.
two
Yeah.
30-minute little ones.
Yeah. Podcasts are only going to be 30 minutes long from now on too.
Yeah.
We're just going to like
It's just
talk.
easier.
Well, there's not going to be an outro either, like Peyton's, which is out now. That's the last one. I think at whenever the time cuts off, like we're just going to cut the audio. We're going to cut everything and just
Yeah.
kind of like embrace the worst show itself.
It's growing pains.
Yeah. And if you guys
Growing
ever
pains,
want
we're
to,
still figuring it
Yeah.
out.
but it's fun. I
Yeah.
kind of want to add some little like shitty vibe to it too that makes people want more.
Yeah.
You know, like if we're in the middle of a conversation and that 30-minute mark hits and
Oop.
people actually give a shit about it and they're curious, like they'll ask us about it. Like
Yeah.
we can have that conversation outside of this.
Have you subscribed yet? Well, if you haven't, you should. So you can stay in tune with all of our latest music videos, podcasts, and behind the scenes of everything we got going on. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button real quick. We'll wait for you.
Went to Chicago with Kareem.
Yeah. How was that?
He got his car towed. I would say it's the most authentic Chicago experience I've ever had because he got his car towed right in front of the hotel. Left his hazard lights on all night, so the car died. So wake up in the morning, it was still there because I went to go get some water from a Walgreens or CVS or whatever. Hit the block, came back, still there, worked out, went up to the room. I guess the car got towed. So all Saturday we spent trying to figure out how to get this car back. And my biggest thing was I wanted some Chicago style pizza. So we go to Illuminati's or some shit like that.
Illuminati's.
See, I always thought it was
Amen.
called Illuminati's, like Illuminati.
Yeah.
No, it's just some dude named Lou, and his last name's Minotti.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, so learning new shit every day. And so we got some Illuminati's pizza. The crust was not it, but the rest of the pizza was, for me.
Yeah.
Crust tasted like stale
I've had it
breadstick.
once. I had it once years ago. In
Did you-
Chicago with my.
Did you have the same experience with the crust?
I just didn't care for the pizza.
Really? You don't
Yeah.
like deep dish?
I don't think so.
You're a St. Louis style.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
That's thin, crispy crust.
no.
Oh, you don't like pizza. You're a Nazi. That's what you are. Okay. No, but so we get this pizza before we go and we get the pizza thinking that we have time to eat the pizza and then we'll catch a ride to the towing, whatever, the city towing spot.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck to call it. The pound. And we get the pizza and the ride's like almost there after we order it to pick us up. So we're like, fuck, bring the pizza with us to this to the towing place. And I'll never forget, I'm eating a slice of deep dish pizza down on the third store, like the bottom story of fucking Chicago, like where there's nothing. It's
Yeah.
like you can't even see sky. And I'm just eating this pizza and there's like a rat running across the parking lot right next to the tow spot. And I'm like, this is as authentic as it can probably get. Like, fuck the bean, fuck all that shit. This is real Chicago.
Eating deep dish pizza and
Yeah.
there's just a giant rat running across the road.
I'm surprised it didn't try to take the pizza. Yeah, full ass pepperoni deep dish pizza. It was nice. But yeah, no, besides that, Kareem had a show. Dimple had a show.
Yeah.
Name change. And he did awesome. Like,
He has great energy.
yeah, he really does have great energy, and
Yeah.
I love that about him.
He gets the crowd really involved.
Yeah, he really does. And I had fun filming it. I just used my cell phone too.
Yeah.
And everything we've done, I think I've just used my cell phone, and it's all turning out great.
And it's just goes to show you don't need anything crazy.
Yeah, as long as you understand settings of
Yeah.
some sort, you can make a camera on your iPhone look amazing.
Yeah.
You don't need the iPhone 14 Pro Max, even though I do have that.
Mm-hmm.
You can still make it look good.
Sometimes, bro, my Instagram, dog, all those pictures up until like 2 years ago were all on my phone.
Right.
So,
I think it's a what's stopping you thing.
Yeah.
For most people, what's stopping them
it's
is
just another crutch for
themselves.
people to keep pushing back what they want to do. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'll start doing it once I get this, or let me save up for this. And it's just like, we'll just start.
Yeah. Fucking refinance your car. Get that loan.
Yeah.
That's what I did. That's why we got an LLC, bro.
This
And
is-
that's the other thing. I thought it was like
That
the
was
whole.
worst thing ever.
I don't know. Like when bad things happen, you don't know.
Yeah.
I think I've already told this story, but like my transmission went out on my car. I didn't know if it was a bad thing. It turned into, I don't have money to fix this transmission, so I'm just going to refinance my car to fix it. And he's like, yeah, you can do that easily. I was like, okay, bet. We got this figured out. And then the repair manager comes in and is like, let me double check something. Goes back, comes and talks to us and is like, your car is actually still under warranty. So I still got the refinance, but I got all of the money out of that refinance to invest into other things that are now putting us where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Whenever I totaled a car like 3 years ago, hit a deer, or got hit by a deer, I guess. It ran out in front of me. I was like, fuck, this sucks. I don't know what I'm going to do. Found out it was totaled, had the mentality of this sucks. But in reality, when I went there, I ended up getting a car worth way more, way nicer, and I got a cheaper payment on it because they were selling the car for cheaper than what it was actually worth, and they hooked me up. So it was like this thing that I thought was bad is the reason
to be a great thing.
I went from a hybrid Kia to a Subaru Legacy.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know. You don't know what's good and what's bad in this world, especially if you think we live in a simulation. Like, you just get to make everything up, which more and more every single day, I'm pretty sure we're just in a simulation. Dude, Kareem was driving, we were on our way back, and we were driving through his hometown in Chicago, and he was like, this is so crazy. I had a dream that you were right here with me driving in my hometown, and some car just passes us on the shoulder, like in a rush, just like seeming like they're pissed off for no reason. And 30 seconds later, a car angrily passes us on that same road. Like, how the fuck does that shit happen? How do you call that shit? And that's where, like, for me, it's like, we just get to make shit up.
Yeah.
And eventually it just falls in line with how our beliefs. I mean, two people can believe something and both can be right, even though it's a different answer.
Yeah.
What's that, like, two people's perspective? You can look at the table and it'll say one number to you, but it says 9 to me, but it says 6 to you. Like,
it's kind of like years ago, like the dress.
Yeah.
Is the dress
Yeah,
blue or is it
exactly.
gold?
So who's right? Who's wrong?
Yeah.
And how do you get to change your perspective? Because I saw it as blue and black at first, and then I saw it as white and gold.
Yeah.
So I saw both, and I was like, even all of these things. There's so many instances, like watching the ballerina spin. Which way is she spinning? If you see her spin this way, well, you can also see it spin this way. It's like, it's just what you perceive.
Yeah.
So, like, what the fuck is actually reality? Like, what is it if it's not what you decide it is? If you're going to stick to everything is bad and you make that active decision in your life, life is going to be bad.
Yeah.
So why not just choose
It's perception.
good? I don't know.
Perception. Depends on how you perceive things.
Perception, perspective.
Good, bad.
Yeah.
Little things in between.
Oh, man. Well, this was nice.
Damn.
Let's get a thumbnail.
Yeah. I'm in love with you. Hey. That's why I